So today I'm gonna show you how to build a data agent on Databricks. So the first thing that you will do is to log on to Databricks, and then you need to select your specific email that you want to log on with. I'll choose any of my emails, and then I'm logging on to Databricks. So that's the first thing. I need to be on Databricks. So yeah. So now that I'm fully logged on Databricks, I'm gonna click on my top left to ensure this menu bar comes out, and then I'll click on Jenny Spaces. Once I click on Jenny Spaces, I will then click on Create New. When I click on Create New Jenny Spaces, and then so now I need to select the data that I want my data agent to be connected to. So I would click on the database workspace, and then I'll go into the default schema, and then I want to locate my table. So I have this table, retail sales, and then I'll click create. And then so now my data agent is called retail sales analysis. So yeah, now I'm done creating my data agent. So what I can do next is to then configure. So under configure, I'll zoom a bit out. Under configure, this is where on this first page, you can give this data agent a name. So you can rename it. If you can click on the pencil here, you can rename it retail sales analysis. So you can call it sales agent. Let's just call it sales agent. And then once you call it a sales agent, and then you can click save. And then now this is a sales agent. And then, yeah. So this is a mini description. So it just describes what the agent does. This space provides insight into retail sales transactions to help analyze sales trends, customer behavior, and products performance. And then you can accept, okay, cool, that's the basic description. And then so below here is just common questions that you can ask based on the specific data. So if you scroll down here, these are the common questions, right? So you set them up here, right? So those are the common questions. You can click on the pencil if you want to add your specific common questions that you want people to ask, and then you can add them in here. Then another thing that you can do, so you can see here, this was just about the data agent. You can also then click on data. So when you click up here on data, we're still under configure. And then if you click here on the data, you can click on add, and then you can add any other data set that you want to connect your data agent to. So you can click on this one, you can click confirm. So your data agent is connected to these two tables. So yeah, so your data agent is connected to those two tables. And then yeah, so this part is where you connect your data agent to specific data sources. And then you can click on instructions. So instructions, these are what we call agent instructions. So yeah, so you can write your agent instructions. So you can say, so you can follow like you can just write agent instructions like so sales agent, and then you can give it a role, and then you can define its role. You say you are the sales agent, your role is to answer questions based on the retail sales data. Was it to help the CEO get instant analytics on the data. So you can on the data. So there's a guide that I've already uploaded on agent instructions, on how to format your agent instructions. So you can give it constraints and what it can do and what it can't do. You can give it constraints, and then you can say, do not fabricate anything outside the data that you have, only answer questions based on the data that you have. So this is just an example on how you will formulate your agent instructions. So this is just an example. So you can click save, and then you can do like your joins. How should, maybe you have specific tables that you want to specify how to join them. So currently I don't have any tables that I want to join. And then you can also give it common SQL expressions. So when you click here, you can give it how should it filter specific data set. You can give it the table name, and then, or you can, you can enter, just give it information on how to filter the data. So you can just give it information, you can give it synonyms and all those kind of stuff, instructions on how it should filter the data, so you can click cancel, and then SQL queries. So this is just mainly to guide how the data agent should use the data. Basically, how it should when it's creating SQL script, how it should do it. So so you can give that to the data agent. So and then cool, I can edit this part. Maybe I don't want this to be showing on my data agent, and then I can click save, and then I just wanted to remove all that information in there. Let's see, did it remove? Let me just see. Was it sales body, right? Let me just click save. Okay, cool. I can click off here. Then now I can ask it questions. So remember, data agent takes your question in natural language, converts it into SQL, query the SQL against the database, and then returns an answer in natural language. So I can ask it, create a pie chart to show me the revenue distribution across the different product category for the retail sales. This is as an example, right? So you click enter. So in this instant, it will then query, it will then convert this natural language into like a SQL syntax, and then an SQL syntax, query it against the table, returns the answer in natural language. And then so it has some LLM behind it that can help it to do that. So while it's querying the data, you can already see the button here to share the agent if you want to share for other people to access it. But so here's the answer that it gave us. Maybe before I get carried away, so you can see that it has done the work. So then it gives you the summary of the output based on your question. It says retail sales retail sales revenue is fairly evenly distributed across 3 product categories, with electronics leading with this amount, 34.4%, followed closely by clothing with this amount, and then gives you a percentage distribution. So so it gave us what we wanted, right? And then so that's how data agents work. So so data agents are meant to give you like insights. So it's queried to insights in a way. You ask it a question and then it gives you an answer Yeah, it gives you an answer based on your specific data set. All right. Thank you.